It's Friday night. I hope you feel like gossiping, 'cause I do. Meet the Duprees. They're the ones that run things behind the gates of their private community. The core four of the family are Father Vernon, his wife Anita, and their two daughters Nicole and Danny. Let's start with Nicole, or Dr. Nicole to you, whose life seems to be so perfect. She and her husband Ted, who's also a doctor, has 3 children, Martin and Catherine, and also Ted's nephew Andre, whom they've raised. Oh, but then there's Danny, who married Bill, and they had 2 daughters, Naomi and Chelsea. And after 30 years, their daughter Naomi moved her best friend Haley into the house, and she stole her man. And now they're getting married, and Danny's not happy about none of that. But how could she be? Listen, Dupree family, you've got our attention, and we're back again today to get the tea, and I'm here to pour it, because we all want to know what happened today beyond the gates. Hey, gatekeepers, can you believe it's the weekend is here already? What is that making noise? Okay, can you believe the weekend is here already? Yes, indeed it is, and thank God it's Friday. Let me hold $20. No? Well, since I can't do that, how about you hit the like button for me? Because that's free 99. Do that on your way in. Hit that like button. Go on and activate that button for me. Boom, 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 boom. Hit it for me. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Just go on and hit the like button for me. And if you're not yet a subscriber, today would be a good day. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. I don't know what you're waiting for, because you know you love me. Listen, y'all. Take a little time and say hello to our mods and to Tony, our official greeter over here beyond the gates amongst the gatekeepers. Say hello to Miss Destiny H, Bilo Didi, KB Mommy, and Linda. I call her cousin Linda. And also to Tony. Y'all put your hellos down there and say a little something. Oh, wait a minute now. Hold on. Elaine already gone, kick it off. Elaine, what you want, girl? You want the new money song or you want the old money song? I'm gonna wait to hear. Elaine done kicked it. Oh, let me find this comment so I can highlight it right quick. See, Elaine know how to treat somebody on a Friday. Elaine know how to treat somebody on a Friday. Let me scroll down here and find this one out. Where is it at? Let me comment. Here it is. See that? See how Elaine done come up here? Y'all gonna let Elaine be the only one to show out tonight, huh? Is she? I don't know now. I don't know. Let me see what she said. Did she say which song she want, yet the old or the new one? Let me see. Thank you so much for that. Linda, I ain't asked you if you want the old money song. This is for Elaine to pick. New money song or the old money song. Which one you want, Elaine? They ain't really like the new one too much, but I liked it. I thought it was cute. But you can have the one you want. Which one you want? I got to pay for it anyway, so it's well, come on, girl. Which one you want? I'm still waiting. Elaine over there doing something else. She ain't thinking about us in this song. Okay, Elaine, why don't I just go and pick it for you, girl? Oh, she said, do you, boo? Well, you know what? We're going to kick it off with some real good feelings. Y'all ready to dance? Let's do it.
Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me.
Thank you, Miss Elaine. Done kicked us off with a whole $2 down here. I don't know where I'm going, what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to do it when I get there. Y'all better know. She ain't got to be the only one. If you feeling charitable, you know how they tell you on Sunday, if you feeling charitable, let the Lord use you. I take all thank yous over here. Yes, I do. Look, let me see who's down here in these comments too. Let me check that out. in these comments.
Who's that typing in the comments?
Well, let me see who's down here typing in the comments. Now, y'all already know Tony done kicked us off with a nice little y'all behave yourselves and be nice. And you know that's how we act over here. Okay, so this is what Tony said. Tony said, greetings, salutations, gatekeepers. Mod Squad, Miss Jen, hope you all having a fabulous day so far and wishing you a sensational weekend to come. Thank you, Tony. Now, see, Tony gonna give y'all some act right. Tell y'all behave yourselves. We are proper over here as we fight amongst ourselves with nothing but love and admiration as we talk about what's going on behind these gates. Elaine T says, hey, gatekeepers, I'm happier for the earlier time, so I hope everyone else can do this as well. Oh, and I almost moved it back. I'm going to tell y'all about that later. Hello, gatekeepers, creepers, peepers, hedge hoppers, and bush watchers. Hello, Tony Lynn, Elaine T, and don't forget to hit the button on your way in to like, share, and subscribe. KB Mommy's in here with her blue run. She says, hey, Miss Jen, Mod Squad, Tony Lynn, and Gatekeeper family. Hey, KB. Elaine says, KB in the house. She says that she hope you guys had a great day. Elaine said this was a great show today, better than all the other ones this week. It was. Tony says, greeting, cousin Linda. Greetings, KB Mommy. So wonderful to see you both as always. KB says, welcome in everyone that's coming in. Don't forget to smash the like button. Yeah, hit that like button for us. Bilo Didi's in the house says, hey, Hey, gatekeepers, Miss Jan and Mon. I moved my mic around today, so it's hard for me to see a little bit, but I work it out. KB says, good to see you as well, Tony. And Bilo says hello to Elaine and Tony Lynn. She said in her dear voice, hello, Elaine, Tony, and Tony Lynn. I forgot how you talk now. Hello, how you doing? Hello. Tony Lynn says, thanks and greetings to you guys. Bilo Didi also says to please hit that like button. Linda says it don't cost a thing to make the bell go ding. Stephen Hoskins is in the house. Hey, Stephen, thanks for joining us this evening. Bobby Wobby is in the house. Says, hello, everyone. Why did Eva put her DNA on her? Wait a minute. Why did Eva put her DNA on that evidence Leslie was hiding? Child, I was thinking the same thing. But they live in the same house, so it's very possible that her DNA could be, that both of them could have DNA on something, I hope. But like I wrote down, child, you know her mom about to do her thing about that. Because as far as she's concerned, that stuff is now in her possession. You know, you got to prove something beyond the shadow of a doubt. Stephen says, here we go. Daddy's in the house, says, good evening, gatekeepers. And I know you got some stuff to say. Lil Harden's in the house, says, good afternoon, Miss Jenny, gatekeepers. Miss Lil got such a smooth voice. And man, I just love it. Oh, wait, what I just do? John, what in the world? I don't need no new stuff happening over here. Terry Anthony says, good evening. Terry Anthony, are you new down to the comments? Because I don't think I've seen your name before. Let us know. Daddy says, man, CBS is letting us down. Canada is one episode ahead of us, and they are not playing games. What? How are they ahead of us? And where can we see it at? I needs to know. Somebody on here is down in Canada. Who in Canada? Oh, Tony. Tony's in Canada. Tony, you an episode ahead of us. You know something we don't you, Tony? Linda says, where them likes at? Where them likes at? Yeah, if I gotta pay out some money for something, we gonna get that where them boots at. What is it? Where them fans at thing? Boots on the ground. We're gonna use some of that. Real Talk says, hello, good night, everyone. Sorry, but late. That's okay, you here. Bobby Wobby says, Cat Nicole and Mona are Charlie's Angels. Now, didn't they look like that? Karen J is in the house, says, hello, Beyond the Gate peeps. Hey, child. Terry Anthony says, I was on Monday. Okay. Daddy says, I wish I knew Miss Jen couldn't find a download for the future episodes. Bilo Didi says she enjoyed today's episodes, and Real Talk says yes, they are ahead of us. That's how I saw next week preview since yesterday. Oh, I saw them finally. It was nice. It was nice. Okay. All right, y'all. I know y'all ready to get to some gossip, but please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you ain't did it, and if you want to give a gift to the channel, you want to support the channel in that way too, I ain't about to be mad. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. You see the Cash App scrolling. Go on and hit it if you want to. But all right, let me go and get down here to what happened. What had happened was today. Because I thought the tea was hot. I did. All right, let me move this and put it where I know where it is. Let me move this a little closer because my eyes ain't what they used to be. Oh no, oh no. All right, let me let this down just a smash. All right, y'all, here we go. Anita and Vernon are at the house and she's working on a menu for Sharon and Tracy. You know, she wanted to have some nice bougie victuals for them prepared. And so she's busy working on that. She's all nerves and the bell rings and ain't nobody at the door but Tracy. And Anita's like, where's Sharon? She was like, girl, you know. Danny and Pamela meet up with someone named Adam. He comes to the table and Danny thinks that he's there, you know, like to try to become one of their models, but he owns a jewelry company and is there to do business. And he looked like he 21 to me. I'm already going to have to pause and say, I'm tired of these young faced men on this show now. This boy looked like he fresh out of high school, 1 year in college. No, and no. If you want to do that, then you should have bagged this train up and made these people a little younger, these main characters, because I ain't for it. I don't like it. I don't want to see all that. It's too many fine, refined, vintage model brothers that y'all could put up on here for us. Okay? Because I don't look at that. He's too young. He's too tender. He's too tender. Too tender. Well, Kat and Mona are getting things together to donate clothes for the clothing drive. And Kat's giving some nice things away. And she's like, see, I'm not as spoiled as everybody thinks I am. I'm not just some spoiled rich girl. I know that people that are poor want to look good too. Girl, you're right, we do. We do. I appreciate finding these nice things when I go out and be looking for stuff. Because I still do. Baby, please, I will tear a consignment shop and a used store, whatever you call them. I will tear a thrift store. I will tear one of them up looking for some stuff is where you find good stuff. But to tell you, because some, you know, the rich like to give stuff and they ain't even been used with the tag still on it, child. And I thank you. I do. Well, anyway, she's like, I just want you to know that I'm not just a rich girl. I care about people too. And then she sits down and tells Mona about running into Leslie over to her daddy's. And Mona was like, no, girl. Yeah, girl. She was over there. She was. Andre stops by Ted's. And he tells Andre about Leslie stopping by to talk about Eva. And Kat walking up on that whole scene. And then she got mad. That she took one look and ran out, and Andre hips Ted to the fact that Kat has evidence that can link Leslie to that whole accident that had happened. And he was like, what? Child, yeah, your baby mama been busy. Your baby mama been busy. As she always is. Well, Leslie Dana is at her house cleaning up. And there's a bag way up high on this shelf that falls down. It's got all her bike riding paraphernalia up in it from that very fateful night she ran that poor child off the road. So she moves to the living room with it to look through it, and she's pulling out all the items. When Eva walks in and peeks her, Eva walks in, and well, that wasn't what happened there. So let me go back to this picture. Eva walks in and sees what she's doing, that she's got this bag that she's going through. And she was like, I know you lying, because you know she done told Eva that she ain't did nothing. You don't think I ran that poor child off the road. I ain't got no motorcycle and I ain't got no helmet. You know you need a helmet and gloves and things if you're gonna ride a motorcycle. So anyway, Eva done caught her. So since she's walking around with these headphones on back from 1991, she don't hear her when she open up the door. Because y'all know that door squeaks. Y'all know the front door squeaks. But today they tried to cover it up with some suspenseful music. But I already know y'all ain't put no Earl on that door. That's why y'all had to put that suspenseful music there. If y'all go back and watch and see what I'm telling you, when the door opens, the door is open and then the music goes, it made a noise so y'all couldn't hear it. But I know that door is still squeaking. But since y'all got these headphones on Leslie from 1970 something, she didn't hear nothing. So Eva goes back out the door and she's like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. So Eva go bust back out the door and tip out. And then she calls out to her mama this time, mama, mama, as she's trying to open up the door, right? So Eva told her that she stopped by to get the rest of her stuff. And oh, let me say this part right here because I forgot I put this picture. I thought this was real cute, right? So when she opened the door for Eva, she was like, "What you doing?" And she says, "Girl, you know I'm in here listening to my favorite group, The Temptations." And she said, especially that lead singer with his sexy bald self. Girl, you better go ahead on and rep your husband. That's her husband. He's the new lead singer of The Temptations. Girl, you better go on and talk about Tony Gant. Girl, I was like, girl, go ahead, girl. I know he was at home going, girl, I can't believe you put my name in there. She was like, I did and did. They're such a cute couple, too. And that man can sing, baby. That man can holler. He can holler. Okay. Anyhow, she tells Eva that she ran into her so-called sister over at your daddy's place. And I don't think your sister likes me. That's how she said it. I don't think your sister likes me. Girl, you so doggone evil. But we love it. We do. Well, Dr. Nicole comes in while Mona and Kat are talking, and Nicole asks, what's up, right? And Kat tried to lie, but Nicole was like, I don't buy that. What's going on? So Kat says, you're right. There is something that you need to know. Dun, dun, dun. Girl, there is something that you need to know. Well, Andre and Ted are busy talking about Andre, and what they're busy talking. And Andre tells him about the footage that someone has of someone going into Laura's room. I think her name is Laura. She's gonna be Laura and Lauren to me. I'm gonna tell y'all now. You could keep telling me which one it is, but every now and then she's gonna be one or the other. But you know who I'm talking about. But he said there's footage of somebody going into Laura's room, and Ted said the same night that she went into cardiac arrest. And he's like, He was like, ooh, now that's serious. So Andre said the person was in disguise, so they can't see who it is. And he was like, that sounds like Dana's old MO. Ted said that he ran into Dana at Eva's room too. And Andre was like, y'all been spending a lot of time together lately, sir. And I'm gonna tell you now, Elaine thinks so too. Don't you, Elaine? You've been over there a little too much. Well, Tracy said Sharon went to the hotel to rest, and that she wants to have lunch at Orpha Jean's because she saw the reviews of it. Now I don't know if I'm gonna come all the way here, and then the first place I'm gonna want to eat is at some diner, girl. But whatever. Well, they got the best cheeseburgers in the world. I can't lie to you. I do like a good cheeseburger, some nice French fries, and a good little piece of pie cake. So, I'm not really that fancy a person, when it comes down to food. I'm not. I'm just not. But anyway, she's like, she want to go to Orphagene's. And so Vernon's like, oh, cool. Well, let's get ready. Let's get ready, get on up out of here, and let's go. And then Tracy was like, slow down, pump your brakes. I think it will be better if I go. Let me go by myself, and I'll let you know how it goes. And Tracy promises to give it her best effort. But when she leaves, Anita said, I got a bad feeling. About what, girl? About what? What's she about to come up in here and tell? Because we sure want to know. Y'all so nosy. Well, Danny is fixing her faux pas with the young guy that she mistook for a model. Hold on, y'all. She's fixing her faux pas with this mistake that she made, thinking that this guy was a model, and turns out he got a couple of dollars, even though don't he look like he 21? Like he still got Similac on the breath. I need somebody to hold up on him now. Where's Jacob find Dad at? Huh? Bring him. Where at? I need to see what he doing. Got this little young thing on it. I don't want to see all that. Some of the rest of y'all down here in the comments this young might want to see it, but I don't. I just don't. But anyway, he wants to take her shopping to look at jewelry. Okay, well, I go shopping with you for jewelry, sir, but that is all. Are you buying me something? Because I do like jewelries. I do like that. But Danny declines, and Pam told her, and then he left. So then Pam said, she was like, girl, you must be crazy. He's single and he's successful. He's a catch. It ain't like you seeing somebody else. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. You just don't know yet, Pamela. Ted said Dana got what she wanted, which was to ostracize him from everybody. That's very true. It's exactly where she wants you, sir. Off to yourself. People love to strike when you're alone. Anyway, he said he can't get close to Dr. Nicole the way that he wants to because he's been frozen out, because that's how them Duprees get down. When they don't like you no more, they don't like you no more. He said, I used to admire the way they would assemble in a crisis. All for one for all and all for one. But it's different when they circling up against you, So I ain't liking it so much no more. I used to like it for other people. I don't like it for me. Andre said maybe he can make an album for Nicole. And Ted was like, from the pictures from the party that everybody wants to forget, boy, is you a fool? Child, find another suggestion. This is why you don't need to be talking to his young Ted, because he don't even know not to be making pictures from that doggone thing, giving it to Nicole. You're going to set you back 15 paces when you already wasn't even for that far back to begin with. Listening to Andre, you need to stop listening. Stop talking to this boy. Kat shows her mom the photo of the lady at the hospital, and Nicole seems to, she says, I can't recognize that woman. She said, but you just can't pin it down, because one thing we can say about Leslie is that she's determined and she's clever. Kat tries on a leather jacket that had been put in one of the boxes. It seems like I do remember that Leslie had put that jacket somewhere to be given away earlier on. I meant to take a look, but I didn't get a chance to. But anyway, she said that she saw a leather jacket in the box, and she was like, "Ooh, this is nice," but there was something in the pocket. So she pulls it out, and her mother says, "What is that?" Because if it's a lottery ticket, we have to donate it to charity. And Kat says, it's definitely not a lottery ticket. Well, Eva is trying to comfort her mama, if that is her mama, about the accident Laura had and blaming her for it. She said, nobody can prove it, so I'm good, girl. I was defending you anyway on that tape. I know you thought you heard me say, but what you heard me say, I hate when somebody try to convince me of something stupid. I just do. Child, don't insult don't stand in my face and insult my intelligence. Please don't. But she was like, I know you heard the tape, and I know you heard what I said on the tape, but you didn't what you heard it wrong. I was defending you on the tape. There's not a shred of evidence anyway that I was riding on a hog that night, so I'm right as rain. Girl, ain't nothing never a problem for you, is it? Leslie, Laura, Sherry, Dana, Anna, Lou. Girl, you ain't never. Brett. Girl, ain't nothing never a problem for you, is it? You know she called herself Brett the other day. So I'm just saying. When y'all see the red wig, that's Brett. Vernon was trying to stay positive with his wife about Sharon showing up down, and going down to the orphanages and all that. Well, Tracy does meet up with her down there, and this is our first look at Sharon. See, let me tell you something about Sharon's outfit. Being an entertainer myself, I can tell you this, right? Baby, her outfit is given, I'm still loving the fashion. My wig is not quite where it should be. I'm still small and hip, but I ain't rich. But I'm going to pretend to be. Girl, and I ain't mad at it for it. She putting her best foot forward. And I thought this lady handled this role. Baby, I can't wait to see her cut up down to the Dupree mansion. I can't wait. I need her to cut up down to the Dupree mansion. And soon. Anyway, she's talking to her down to orphanages. And Sharon done flew down there. She done flew down there, but she don't want to go over there. Now, Sharon, you done flew down there, girl. You know you going over to that mansion. You knew that when you got on the plane, girl. You just trying to be difficult. And I don't blame you. Anita owes you. Make her pay. Just a little bit. Tracy points out to her, look at that. There's our picture up on the wall. And look, this little jukebox has our music playing in it. And she said that uppity heifer probably made them do that. I wonder how much she paid and was a headache to them before they put it in there and put all this stuff up. Then she told Tracy, she said, and I'm going to give you your money back for this airplane ride in this hotel. I thought Anita paid for that, but whatever. She was like, girl, you ain't got to pay nothing back. Maybe she don't know Anita paid for it. Maybe that's what it is. Tracy said, no need, Sharon. And she said, well, then I'll give you the money back as soon as I get back to Chicago. She says, but if Sharon think this about to be a sweet little family reunion, she got another thing coming, cause it ain't. Now, Danny is still going on and 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 on about Haley and this fake baby. And Pamela wants her to just move on already, because Danny, girl. And then Danny blurts out that she got a man, because she was like, girl, get you somebody. She's like, I got a man. She was like, do tell. But girl, who your man, girl? We all want to know who your man is, because I know you ain't talking about Andre. Andre just think he like you, girl. You know who he really want is that Ashley. You know he do, girl. You already know. Ted was busy drilling Andre about how he's not had a real relationship ever with nobody. And he really needs to find somebody he can get down into and have more than a revolving situationship. So that's what you need to do, sir. Let me make sure I didn't just skip something. Hold on. Okay. He says you need to get you more than a revolving situationship. And he was like, well, he said, name me one girl you can name, just one. Just name one you can remember that you had something that meant something. One. He was like, okay, what about Danny? Child, let me tell you something. When that boy said, what about Danny? I'm telling y'all, I literally said out loud, oh my God. Oh my God. I could not believe he said that. I near about just fell out. Just out. Because, ooh, child, sometimes you just talk too much. but I guess he couldn't hold it in no more. You know, we got our ear against the door, though, to hear his reaction to this, though, right, Andre? And speak up, Ted, when you do, because we are all ears. We wants to know what you exactly got to say about that. Huh? What you gonna say, Ted? We can't hear you. Anyway, getting back to the story. Ted said, my sister-in-law Danny? My sister-in-law Danny? And Andre said, I care about her, but she's still recovering from Bill. Pamela, meanwhile, was drilling Danny about Andre. And girl, what your sister gonna say? And she said, I don't want her to know just yet. She going through enough. And she was like, but he family. She said, we on different family trees. Okay, he ain't on the same tree I'm on. But at the same time, I ain't about to let Nicole put me through another 10 years of therapy, for this here. Like, girl, what is wrong with you? Because, girl, what is wrong with you? That is your almost nephew. A nephew is a nephew over here in my family, child. The family would wear you out. Then there would be no let up. Let me just tell you, it would be none over here. Kat discovers that paper in her pocket is a parking ticket for a motorcycle without a license plate. Well, where's that VIN number at then, sis? Because if listen, the police wrote that ticket, so it's got to have a VIN number on it. And if somebody don't realize that it's supposed to have a VIN number on it, I want somebody fired down there to the writer's room. The VIN number will tell you more than a license plate will, child. It'll tell you who all owned it, when it was serviced, when it got some Earl. It'll tell you all of that. If it's been in an accident, all of that. Where it's at right now, who got it. So I hope there is a VIN number on it. It's got to be. It ain't hard to find. Well, the person that ran Laura off the road was on a bike, and that could be the jacket that the person was wearing. They look up the address that's on the ticket, and it's on the same street near where that accident was. But they need that. They still need to tie Leslie to all these pieces. But wait, there's more. There's a receipt from the coffee shop for a CHERRIE-C for a Sherry C. And her name that she was using to Dr. Nicole was Sherry C, but spelled with an S. So phonetically speaking, the person who wrote out this, typed out this ticket for whoever had stopped in here and got this coffee just didn't know how to spell Sherry that way. But Sherry C? Girl, we know that's you, Leslie. And it ain't gonna be long before Kat find out. Cause the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. You thought it was a goner, but the cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away. Y'all grew up on the Sesame Street and Electric Company. It was one of the songs they used to sing. Baby, the cat gone came back. I'm gonna tell you that now. Because phonetically speaking, girl, that's you, girl. That's you. And let them mess around and pull a tape from the coffee shop and let you be on it, girl. Mm-hmm. Well, Nicole said, I wish this would be enough proof, but it's still doubtful. Kat says, with all the things it's put together, though, and Leslie was in the vicinity of what was going on, I think we hitting on something. Pretty good. Eva's mama wants her to get her jive, get your stuff. She wants her to get her stuff and get out. And Eva begs her not to treat her like this. Mama, why you treat me like this? Mama, why? Because your mama crazy, girl. Only reason why. Dana told us, she said, you've been with me all these years. Close up and personal, all up in my business. You know my secrets. You know my fears, my stories. Like no one has ever got to know me. I let you do that. But you mean you let her diss your daughter? What the hell are you talking about? She says, then you threw me away for the Richardsons. Eva asked her to, hold on 1 second. I think I'm in the wrong spot. Let me look at this again. Okay. So she said, Eva, this is what Eva said now. Eva said, the whole plan was supposed to be just to make him accept me as his daughter. See, all that other stuff that her mama did, Eva wasn't in on. She wasn't aware. She ain't know all this mess her mama was doing. She said the whole thing was just supposed to be to make him accept me as his daughter in front of all of his families and friends. Well, like he couldn't deny it. And Leslie says, well, now you are his daughter. Go be around your other new kinfolk. You've been cramping my style since the day you were born. Who talks to their child like this? Leslie. She said, you threw me away for them Richardsons, so go run and tell them now how crazy your mama is. Child, they already know how crazy her mama is. They just don't know how crazy her mama is. But they already know you crazy. They know. And then she said, Mama, I miss you. And then she said, I bless the day you walked out. Girl. You talking to this baby like this. I bless the day you walked out. And that you've been cramping my style since the day you was born. Ooh, Leslie. Eva asked her to let her keep her key, and she said, nope, you can knock on the door like everybody else. And Eva starts crying. And so does Leslie. But Leslie, we know those tears are not for Eva, because a narcissist don't cry for no one but themselves, no matter what they do to hurt anybody else. Whatever they did to you, you are hurting them by being hurt by what they did and blaming them. They're the only victims here. Leslie is the only victim here. But if you make a narcissist cry, baby, you gonna pay. Because narcissists don't do emotions. They don't do emotions. So somebody got to pay for that. Vernon is sorry that he got Anita's hopes up and that this reunion would be a lot of work, you know. And he was just trying to play like reverse psychology with her. She's like, I already know what you're doing, Vernon. He's like, I know, but, you know, maybe it was too much for you. Maybe you couldn't, maybe you know. And she's like, no, I'm happy that I did it. Even if it doesn't happen, even if it doesn't happen, I'm just happy that we would be able to finally move on. Uh-oh. Tracy tells Sharon that it's time to move on. Enough time has passed and that they should celebrate the fact that they are all still alive. And Sharon said, Anita is an actress and always been a good one. And I better not detect a bit of acting when I see her. Tracy said what they had together was powerful. And who knows what they may still have. They might still have that magic together. And maybe lightning really can strike twice. Sharon is listening. And Sharon was sipping her tea. Because Sharon is not impressed. Anita, whatever you did to Sharon, baby, we all gonna get to hear about it. And we can't wait. We can't. Danny and Pamela are still nursing drinks. Hold on. Danny and Pamela are still nursing drinks. And Pamela is surprised that she's going to pass on this new guy. But if she wants Andre, so be it. And she will keep her secret. But will Andre? Nope, because he already done told. He over there spilling tea as we speak. Andre tells Ted to let all of it out. Go on and say what you got to say. I know you about to say she family, blah, blah, blah. But he was like, well, you know. Child, can't nobody stop y'all. He said, you got to make your own decisions, but treat her well. Don't mistreat her. If you do, you'll join the club I'm in, and you don't want to do that. Because remember now, you ain't no Dupree. You was associated by me. Yeah, that's all they need is for two of y'all to be done made them mad. Two of you Richardsons to be done made them mad, baby. That ain't gonna go well. We can tell you that now. We can tell you that now. Cat is busy putting the pieces together. Nicole, Mona, hold on, yeah, is busy putting the pieces together. Her, Nicole, and Mona and Kat are putting things together, trying to find a big break in this case. Kat wants to go back to the diner and see if anyone to the coffee shop, see if anybody recognizes Sherry with a C. Do you have a picture of her in her Sherry wig, though, girl? Because you need a picture of the Sherry wig. Huh? Maybe Andre caught her in the pictures when they was at the other thing that she was at that she had no benefit down to the country club. Check out them pictures. See if Andre got a picture of her, you know. Because you need a Sherry wig picture, girl. And why are you putting that evidence back in your pocket? That's what I was trying to figure out. She put that evidence back in that pocket. Girl, you supposed to have put that up and guarded it with your life. You already about to blow it. When Nicole offers to go with them and she says, no, Mom, you don't need to go. You stay. So she ends up doing just that. Uh-oh, about to knock everything down. Oh, Lord. Back at the Duprees. Hold on, I got the wrong picture. Back at the Duprees, Vernon asks Anita, does she really want this reunion? She says, it's all I think about. And she wants all the feelings they shared on the stage together. And Vernon told her to enjoy it. And that maybe they can be a part of each other's lives again. Now Vernon singing together is one thing, but a part of each other's lives, child, is a whole dog of another color. We don't know about that now. We got to see. We got to ease into it. The bell rings, and it's Sharon. Head cocked to the side, looking Anita up and down. And she said, are you going to ask me in, or what I got to do to get up in here? Now wait, now listen. Sharon done come to the door, attitude on ready, and already reading her at the door. She said, what I need to get up in here, an engraved invitation or special duties? Like, do I got to be working here to get in here? Do I need an engraved invitation? I know it's very high tone, so perhaps I should need an engraved invitation to get in, or perhaps I shall need special duties, use the side door to get up in this palace. Child, she done read you 3 times right here. Sharon done come in the door with 3 quick, good little reads right here. Child, Sharon, come on in. Welcome to our lives. We want to know what you got to say. Oh, yes, honey. We are curious. We are. Ted has sent Nicole some flowers, and they were beautiful. And he wrote her a really wonderful note. He wants her to take her mind back to Maui, a night that they spent watching the sun rise, where he couldn't take his eyes off of her, and he could still smell the scent of the flower that was in her hair. He wants her to know that he still loves her and misses her, and signed it, always yours, Ted. Well, she broke off a piece of the flower and stuck it in her hair. And baby, let me tell y'all something now. There ain't no cheap flowers just roll up in there. There ain't no grocery store flowers, no za. Those some expensive flowers, sent around by. But that was nicely played, Ted. And I know he's not playing her, but it was nicely played. You took her mind back to where you all were, so that her mind would go back to something positive, and when you really loved each other and when you were sharing a moment. And then, now I don't want you men using this as no player move. It just so happened I done grown up around a lot of players and things. But see, I'm going to tell you something else. He also tapped into her sensories by sending her something, by reminiscing about the smell of something, and then sent her something that she could connect the smell of that to. Only a real player would know how you really gotta do a thing. Yeah. Go ahead on, Ted. Go ahead, get down. Now she still got attitude on her face, but she got that flower right there in her hair after you described that scene. Now she may come back and take it and throw it all in the garbage, but you had her for a minute. You had her for a minute. Mona and Kat are at Orphagines because they came up empty down to the coffee house. They talking about a plan for evidence, and then Kat says, well, maybe there'll be some DNA on the jacket. I'll see if Jacob can get it tested. And child, up walks Leslie, Sherry, Dana, Anna. They don't know she Lulu. Right there amongst them. And she's like, what are you witches cackling about? Girl, why you calling them witches? Girl, why you calling them a witch? You the one that's crazy. So what are you cooking up, a conspiracy? Huh? What are you up to now? Child. Well, Eva is back. Oh, I didn't get that picture. I don't know how I missed that. Well, Eva was back at her mama's with a spare key and gets that stuff off that shelf. Every single drop of it that her mama had in that bag. Baby Eva done slid up in there. She done slid up in there and got that bag right there that she was putting all that stuff in, gloves and everything. Maybe she even got that syringe in there that she used for that child. We don't know. Well played, Eva, though. Very well played. Well, in next week's clips, Laura comes back to work, fresh hairdo and outfit. Girl, you better not bring up this. Don't you bring no more boring to this show. Now, when you done been in the hospital laid up there with that hair all done up the way it was undone, and we done saw enough of that, and she was sharp though. She came back like, y'all ain't about to have me out here looking all crazy for the rest of this time. So she was looking cute. But she makes it back to work next week. Tomas will be summoned to spy on Bill's family. But which one? Which family? Huh? Which family does Bill want spied on? Is it the Danny family or Haley? Huh? Sharon says that she got a secret to spill, and she there to spill it. Andre tells Danny that he needs to move on. He feels like he said, I feel like you pushing me to move on. You already moved on, Andre, because who you really like is Ashley. And Jacob is at Leslie, Dana, Sherry, Anna, because they don't know she Lulu yet, though, with a warrant and to search the premises. And the tables have turned. As Eva lets Leslie know that she needs to stay in her good graces now. While Bill has a crisis and Haley has to call for the ambulance. Child, it was a lot today. It was just so much going on. It really was. It really was. And that just leaves us with our questions, child, before I get down here and see what y'all talking about. Today was a good show. Y'all ain't gonna say today wasn't good, because it was good. It was good. It was good. But here's our questions. Has Nicole's heart softened just a little? Will Eva and Kat combine the items that they have to complete this puzzle? Or will Leslie frame Eva, since the items are now in her possession? What is about to happen now that all the articulates are under one roof? Child. I don't know, But the only way we're going to find out is if we keep on coming back and watching and gathering here to gossip about what's going on beyond the gates. Listen, y'all, I almost pushed the time back for this till tomorrow because I was feeling really down today. Don't know why. I just was having a down day. And I thought, oh, I don't feel like it. But then I thought to myself, I'm an entertainer. This is what we do. No matter how we're feeling, it's your job once you hit the stage to make people forget what they're going through and not think about what you're going through. So I'm glad I was able to, push through because it actually made me feel better. So I really am glad that I went on and did this live with you guys. So I wouldn't want to tell you that beforehand. I said I'll tell you afterwards because, again, that's not fair in the world of entertainment. That's just not how it goes. It's not that people don't care about what you're going through, but as an entertainer, once people pay their money at the door, ain't nobody here to worry about you. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to move something. It's snapping something in place. All right, y'all. Well, it's Friday night, and you know how we do. I don't want to waste no time. So let me get this link so I can put it up for you guys because I know you guys have plenty to say tonight. Let me copy the link. Get down to the comments so I can post it. Well, thank you, Elaine. I was like, I don't want to get on here and maybe cry because, I'm not really a big emotional person like that because I think I'm one of the strongest people I know, but I have my days too. But you know what a friend told me one time? Where do the strong go when they're feeling weak? And I'm going to tell you, it's not many places you can go. Pauline gets worn out. But anyway, where do the strong go when they're feeling not so strong? It ain't many places for you to go because your job in the circle of your people is to be the strong one. So when you say, I'm having a down day, they go, oh, girl, you're going to be all right. That's exactly what they're going to give you. Girl, you always figure it out. That'd be the end of it. So, all right, y'all, let me, hold on one second. Okay, the link is down there. And the lines are officially open. The lines are now open, and you want to gossip, so
share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Hey,
come on up here. You know you want to gossip.
That's why you my best friend.
That is why y'all my best friends, because y'all like to gossip just as much as me. All right. Let's see. Let's check out a couple things. Let me put this back up here while you guys are coming in. And check out some of these comments. KB says, all we ask is that you please be respectful to, with all creative buzzwords, everyone's opinions are welcome. All opinions are welcome. Just remember to remain respectful even when you do disagree. And it's okay that you disagree. Real Talk says, I must say Nicole is handling this whole situation extremely well. Everybody thought Nicole was going to be crashing out the way Danny did, I guess, but she hasn't. Okay. I see you guys coming in. Just hold on. I'll get right to you. Stephen says, these crocodile tears with Leslie shed won't help when she gets arrested. Child, you don't know. Listen. That daddy down there, Jacob daddy is crooked now. So he might fall for the charms of Leslie because Leslie cute now. We can't say she ain't what she is. And she might finagle her way right on out. We're glad you pushed through as well, Jen. Tomorrow's another day to start over. That's very true. Friday in my Sherman Friday, Friday, Friday in my Sherman Clump voice. Sherman, Sherman, Sherman. I will pray for your spirits. Thanks a lot, Elaine. Hold on, Blade True. Blade True. Girl, what you trying to do? Hold on. Oh, Blade, what you want, girl? You want the new or the old song, girl? Blade done hit us with a whole 19 thing down through here. A whole 19. Let me think about what I'm about to do with 19. Let me think now. Let me think. Might want to take me a trip down to Maui or something. Hold on. I'm just going to hit you with the same song, baby. Hold on. Well, I played the other one, so I'm gonna play this one. So thank you so much, Blatant Truth. I appreciate you a lot because it's a lot of work doing this channel. That's not your fault, and that ain't your problem. But what I'm because I'm trying to build the channel up no matter what goes on. But a thank you always goes a long way. I appreciate that. I'm with the tip. I'm not even gonna tell you no lie. Here y'all go.
Ooh-wee.
I'm a money man. I'm a money mag. I'm a money mag. I'm a money mag. Ching, 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 ching. I'm a money mag. I'm a money mag. I'm a money mag. I'm a money mag. Ching, 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 ching.
It's mine now.
Oh. Thank you.
It is mine now, and I thank you. I saw somebody said they wanted the money song. Uh, Blatant and put down which one she wanted, so I just played that one. So if you want the money song, you know what you got to do. I thank you so much for supporting the channel. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Well, I have to readjust myself here. Okay. Real Talk says, whatever happened to the storyline with Jacob Sad and Marcel Malone? It seems like they just abandoned it. I'm sure they'll come back around to it when they ramp up probably Joy's story. But yeah, they just kind of abandoned that. Like, oh, I saw something else today I thought was interesting. They said that one of the writers left his role today. Let me see if I can find that for you guys right quick. Hold on, I'm gonna let you guys. Let me let you guys in first. Add you. Okay, Leo, you're on the stage, and Linda, you're on the stage now. Let's see if I can find.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, it says Robert Gouza Jr. exits Beyond the Gates as like he was one of the co-writers or something, like head writers. So he left, and now someone named Tracy Thompson is joining. Not that that means too much to us, as long as it don't change up nothing. They better not start monkeying with this show now, because I know people jealous out there trying to hurt the show, and we still gonna watch. Blatant says, hope you have a better weekend. Thank you so much. Bilo says she wanted money keeps coming to me. And KB says, thank you for supporting the channel at Blatant Truth. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate that. Hold on one second. I'm trying to put my thing where I can see it now. Okay. Okay, so Dee Dee says, hopefully he was the Dee Dee said, I hope he was the writer for DNA and that now he gone. Steven says, right now that storyline is on the back burner, but I suspect Marcel and Jacob's daddy are on the take from Joy. You know they are. And let Leslie find out, then she gonna get off. All right, Linda. So, Lil, what did you think about the show this week or today?
You talking to me?
Either one of you all.
Oh, okay. I was very elated because the show made up for all those rotten episodes prior to that. Lots of tea spilled, lots of secrets spilled, and it definitely left me on the edge of my seat.
What about today? Today alone.
Oh, today alone was it. That's all.
Yes, Lord. It sure was. E Daddy, your camera is on. I don't know if you want it on or off before I bring you up. Okay, hold on one second. I got to go out and come back in for this. Okay, E Daddy, welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
Uh huh. Jabez is in the house and says hello to you, gatekeepers. He
My
said, I
mom
really
is
miss
in the
y'all.
chat too, but she's having trouble with her sound.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sure she'll get it together soon. Jabez says he really missed us. Oh, that's so sweet. Let me see, somebody else is popping in too. Real Talk. Hey, Real Talk. Welcome to the stage. JBS KB said that they really missed you too. All right, you guys. So what did you think about today or this week's episodes? E Daddy? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, well, Real Talk, what did you think about this week or today's episode?
Well, for me, today's episode was a little on the boring side.
What?
A little bit.
Oh, I loved it.
A little bit. I mean, there wasn't really much action. I mean, aside from cats figuring out everything. So,
Hey, so I was thinking about what you said yesterday about an unlikely duo teaming up, and I'm like, I think it's Kat and Eva.
yes.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm telling you, it's like I kept thinking about. I'm like, who, what, who, what? Then I'm like, she said it was obvious. I'm like, you know what? It's Kat and Eva.
Well, the spoilers for next week said that on Friday, Eva and Thomas are going to share an intimate moment. So, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know if they're going to kiss or if they're going to make love. I don't know.
Oh, oh,
Yeah. So, I don't know what's going to happen there.
okay.
So, that's going to be a cliffhanger probably for next
Uh-huh.
week. Maybe. Yeah.
Welcome to the stage again, Lil. Okay. Jabez says that Tracy Thompson is a Daytime Emmy Award writer who also worked on Young and the Restless. And before I leave, I will rate this episode a 9.5 out of 10. Steven says that he thinks that today's episode was a 9.5 out of 10. See, Real Talk, I think you ain't like it because your girl wasn't on it.
No, not true. Not true. Not true. Not true. Absolutely not.
Oh,
I love all these storylines,
you like
honestly,
all the
though.
storyline?
Yes, yes, I do. I do. I do. I do.
Okay.
Even Boren, Danny, and Andre.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So, I mean, this week Danny was a mess.
Okay.
At least for me, she was a mess. Like she was very out of line this week for me.
Mhm. Danny? Danny was
Yeah.
completely out of line. I don't even understand what's going on.
Yeah, because she's coming up in their house and questioning her pregnancy. Like, that's none
That
of
ain't
your
none of her,
business.
yeah, that ain't none of her business.
Like, how does her pregnancy affect you? How is it affecting your life? The only way I
Thank
see
you.
it affecting Danny is because of the kids.
And then
Because the
she's
baby
still
will
running
be
around talking
Naomi and
about it.
Chelsea's baby brother or sister.
And she's still running around talking about it.
Yeah, like, I honestly don't understand why Danny is so shocked that this has happened.
Why you think she need to save Bill so bad?
But
Like
I
she
don't know.
needs to
Well,
rescue him.
no, no. Well, I think what happened is that Danny is realizing what is going on between Bill and Haley,
Mhm.
and the fact that Haley is now pregnant. It means that Danny will no longer be the only mother of Bill's children. Haley will
Oh,
also be that.
oh, she
And
got to
that
share
was
space
always,
she ain't never had to share.
yeah, that was always the
Okay.
advantage that she had over Haley.
Hmm.
She had children by Bill, but now Haley's gonna have a child by Bill too, and Danny has a problem with that. So it's almost like Danny and her kids are gonna be coming in second to
Okay.
Bill and
Hmm.
Haley's child. And I also think that was probably part of the reason why Chelsea blew up the way that she did, because remember, Chelsea was always the baby.
You know, it's funny that Danny is also talking to Haley like a mother would. I'm talking in the same kind of cadence, like, young lady, you know you're not this, and you know it's not. And you're gonna prove to me, and you're gonna take this test right now. And maybe that is has to do with the fact that Haley was, around her with her daughter, and they kind of parented her, if you will, just a little bit,
Yeah, because also I think Danny is acting like this because she got her hopes up. She probably thought, this marriage wasn't going to work and Bill would come back to her. Chelsea was also thinking the same thing. They
I
probably
just
didn't
don't
think Bill
know.
and Haley were going to get to this point.
I just don't know why she would want Bill back. Bill done her like a dog for a long time.
Yeah, like he's made it clear that he doesn't want her. Like, I don't understand what more needs to be said. I mean, when she confronted him about covering up Ted's affair with Leslie before she left, what did he tell her? Wasn't it obvious I wanted out when I left you?
Mm.
Wasn't it
Mm.
obvious? Like, I have wanted out for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you acting like this?
You're right.
Yeah, but I think at the same time, I think Danny is in denial. I think deep down, she knows Haley is pregnant and is telling the truth.
Yeah.
She just cannot bear the thought of another woman having Bill's child.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's exactly why she went to the bar after the confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, Danny told Haley before she left that when she leaves, Haley will collapse in tears. Yes, it
Mm-hmm.
happened, but that's also what Danny did too.
Right.
Because I am sure when she went back to the car, she broke down in tears. I'm positive. Like, you could see the tears in her eyes and hear her voice cracking before she even left.
Right.
Then she also went to Uptown and was watching baby pictures of Naomi and Chelsea. She
Uh-huh.
knows Haley is pregnant. She just doesn't want to accept it. She knows.
Mm.
She definitely knows.
Okay.
And Bill was also offering for them to leave Fairmont Crest.
Right.
Because, well, he knows that,
She ain't
he
want to
doesn't want
leave
her to
though.
have a difficult pregnancy. He knows that they're not going to make things easy for her now that she's pregnant. So he offered to leave, but
She said
Haley
she
said
ain't
no.
going nowhere. Right.
And well, I think in that sense, she's right.
Right.
Because she isn't going to run, because that's exactly what the Duprees and the whole of Fairmont Crest want. They want to run the Hamiltons out of Fairmont Crest. And by Haley and Bill leaving, it means victory for them.
Well, they wouldn't run me out now, even right or wrong.
They,
Y'all
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
running me out.
Yeah, that means victory for them. So they have
Right.
gotten what they wanted. They have won. And I think Haley doesn't want to give them that satisfaction. So she's
Uh-huh.
staying. Right? Because that's
Okay.
exactly what they want to do. They want to drive her out of there. And now that she's pregnant,
She said she
it's
ain't
going to
going
be
nowhere though.
difficult.
She's standing
Yeah,
her ground.
I mean, I think I could support and understand her reason for wanting to stay.
I mean, she done did it. Now they married now, so it ain't nobody business no
Yeah.
more.
But then again, too, Danny Dupree, as I said, shouldn't be left unsupervised now that Haley is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
She
Oh,
should
you
not.
really think she would try to hurt her?
Yes, I do.
Oh wow.
I do. Like, I think she's gonna do something crazy to that baby. Like, she might try to steal their baby.
Mm.
I could see her doing something crazy like that. Or
Let's
making
hope
them
not.
think like it's dead.
Oh no.
When in fact,
I just hope she doesn't go that far.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a theory where I think Naomi and Haley are gonna be pregnant at the same time.
Mm.
And one of those women, their baby isn't gonna survive.
Mm. That
And
would be
Danny's gonna do
something.
a baby switch.
Uh-huh.
Right? Haley's gonna think their baby is dead and Naomi is gonna have Bill and Haley's child.
Right.
So, I mean, that's just me. I mean, I know it might sound like a far-fetched theory, but it could work.
Anything can happen though. I mean, anything that
I
makes
think it
for a
could
great
work.
story and make everybody jump up from their chair and go, "What?"
Yeah, I think it would it could work.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
think anything can work.
as far as Kat goes, I mean, I think Kat's doing a good job. She
Okay.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I also think like she needs to stay out of it because she's kind of putting herself in danger. She's putting herself in the line of fire.
Oh yeah, Cat. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Do you think Cat realizes how much of a deck, how many cards this lady missing in the deck or not?
I agree. She's not working the full hand. I totally agree with Real Talk. And I'm sorry about my absence. I had to fix Mom's headset. It took a while to fix, but she's here.
Oh, that's okay. So what were you saying now?
But yeah, I've never been impressed with Kat's detective work. It's always like she's a card short of winning the entire game. I'm a gamer, so I know all this stuff. Kat is not a good gamer at all. And Kat is just doing it out of spite because her family was hurt. And she wants to get back at Eva.
I agree as well. Like, I don't think this is about wanting to take down anybody. Like, she just wants to get rid of Eva, but going through all of this isn't going to change anything. It isn't going to change the fact that Eva is Ted's daughter and her sister. Like, it's not going to change anything. And that's what Chelsea was trying to tell her. You know, Eva is here. She is your sister. You're going to have to accept it. But at the same time, too, Chelsea was also being a hypocrite because she was saying this to Kat in one breath. And when she heard that Bill and Haley are having a child, she's saying, oh, the child is going to be ostracized. So I think Chelsea probably needs to take her own advice. I mean, you just told Kat that she needs to accept Eva. By that logic, you should also be able to accept Bill and Haley's child as well.
I agree.
Like, that's how I see it. Like, Chelsea's behavior this week was absolutely unwarranted.
I'm telling you, that anniversary changed my whole perspective of the Duprees. 1,000%. Not just the Richardsons, but all of the Duprees.
What did you think about them at first?
Oh, I loved them at first.
Okay.
But we didn't know anything then. But once the anniversary came and we're finding out that the Duprees have all these secrets, I'm liking them less and less.
You know what? I'm a visual person, and like I said, I've never watched any other programs like this. But when I'm waiting for Beyond the Gates to come on, or if I happen to be somewhere and see one of the programs on, here's one of the things I noticed about Beyond the Gates. It's shot wide, meaning that on most of the shows, it feels like they sets are dark and close up. Like they feel real close up and kind of boxed in. Whereas their set seems like they're, big rooms and, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, and they also have excellent wardrobe. Their background is just beautiful. They have set this up with class and elegance.
Yeah. I really hope they leave this show alone.
I do too.
I agree. CBS needs to leave this alone and stop it with these darn preemptions. We lost a whole week of episodes on my birthday month. And it was a sweeps month.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did lose 5 shows. Because we're still on an odd number where we're not supposed to be.
That's right. But what I don't understand, if Canada had access to Monday's program, why didn't they just play it for the whole United States?
They should have just held it for everybody.
Yes.
Because I don't see where we're going to get ahead of them one time. I don't see how it's going to happen.
I am so upset about this.
About what?
About missing all those episodes. It's all because of that darn network. First soccer, and now they decided they do a preemption Memorial Day when Y&R and B&B got a whole new episode.
Well, look, what day is this supposed parade supposed to be? Because you're going to lose it that day.
What
and
parade?
I don't want to see none of that.
What parade?
For y'all president, he going to have a parade.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, I heard something about that, yeah.
I mean, big parade.
I won't be there.
Like something in another country kind of parade. It's ridiculous. They're saying that the people are trying to tell him that they don't even think the streets are strong enough to hold up on what he's trying to do, because he wants to have tanks and all this other stuff. And they're like, they don't know if the streets are even strong enough to hold that. And if he break them, he ain't going to fix them.
Of course not.
He's not.
Well,
he's not gonna fix it.
It would be fortuitous if there was a sinkhole and he fell into it. That would be great.
Oh, I don't really care who what, but you know, why they just can't, record that and show it later? Like if you want to watch it tonight at 12 o'clock, you go to parade.
Or pay per view.
Yeah. Or do review that day. You know what? I might have to come on to do a review that day.
Oh yeah, pay per
Be
view.
like, and then here they come. No, I might have to review it that day in the place. I'll be like, and then here they come rolling down here, and such and so happened. I'm just sick of them. Miss Leo, how did you like the show today and this week?
I really liked the show today. I really, really, really loved it. I do agree that Kat is coming up with some ideas, but she's trying to jump ahead of really being able, as her mother pointed out, to have supporting evidence. Because anyone can have a lottery ticket, anyone can have a parking ticket, but they don't have any names on them. And when you get a restaurant ticket, the name you give the person, I could give the person your name when I go in Starbucks or wherever I'm going to get my food. So I don't think it's supporting. I'm not. I never liked her, but I'm getting to the point where she's more tolerable. But she's too okay. Like when she walked in on Ted, Ted was foolish. First of all, you don't suggest to Leslie it is best if she leaves. You open the door and you tell her she has to go. You give her a command. You don't suggest anything to her. Now she hung around. Then she needed some water to drink, and then Kat came there. She called her putting her hands on Ted, which Ted was so gullible because, first of all, that's what Leslie wants. She wants division, and he's not smart enough to see it. You can't play fair with somebody like Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the idea that Martin is becoming more of an actor, I think. Now, I'm concerned, whatever that dream is that he quite does not remember or they're not showing, I believe it's going to be something horrible. And I also believe that Smitty is going to be hurt and about all of this. For Terrell, I think Terrell taking it slowly is a good idea. And I really believe the girl, the way she walked out, it showed no class. Because if someone tells you, how do I know this is not another prank? Somebody put me online in my underwear. So how do I know you're not setting me up so somebody else is taking pictures? That's logical. That's good logical sense. And she called him toxic trash.
Mm.
I did not like that. I would like to see more scenes with Mona because I've always liked Mona, but since they broke up the trio, I guess there's nothing for Mona to do. And I think that those two girls really hate Tracy and Sharon really hate Anita, but Anita's not apologetic for the fact that she did what she thought was best for her because she had to get out of the Cabrini Greens. However, to make her feel guilty, even though she might not have looked out for them. She might not have asked, can I bring my buddies with me? At the point, she was looking just out for herself. But I do not feel like she should have to feel guilty because she had a good record deal and she married a wealthy man.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is not like Dream Girls where the reverse happened and the person actually got kicked out of Dream Girls instead of them getting a solo career. This is someone. This happens all the time. This is someone who was offered a solo career and she took it.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's always people's goal to break up a group.
I agree. Michael Jackson did it. Beyonce did it. It's nothing new.
Bobby Brown. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Lionel Richie. It goes on and on and on.
Either they make one stand out. Look what they did when we had the Supremes. Then they decided to add Diana Ross and the Supremes, like they were an addendum.
The background singers.
Yeah, that's no way to treat anybody. I mean, Diana Ross and the Supremes, and so they made it look like she was the supreme star.
Yeah. I would imagine that what happens is that the person who gets put out front all the time, and because it is their name that's known first, they start to feel like, hey, I should be getting more.
Absolutely.
At first, you start out with, no, I'm just the one singing. I'm gonna do the leads, and then the next thing you know, Mm-hmm. The publicist. You've been down in these comments before. If not, we want to give you your acknowledgement. I think I remember your name, but I just want to make sure. The publicist.
Yeah, the publicist has been here before.
Okay.
But I want another thing that I believe that Danny needs to get some grief therapy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a time now where she needs to sit down, assess her failed marriage, look at all of the parts of the grieving process and address them and walk through them, because you can't continue to live your life when you're preoccupied. You're never going to become a healthy person when you're preoccupied with someone else. And walking up in that man's house, that's disrespectful. You're showing him no respect. You're showing his wife no respect. And if he's a married man and he's having sex with his wife, what is it your business if she is pregnant? And if she's pulling the wool over his eyes, it still isn't your business.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Like, I have been saying this since the first week of episodes. Danny needs therapy. And
Yes.
the fact that she didn't get any after the whole wedding fiasco blows my mind.
Yeah.
How nobody was able to see that Danny has a problem.
So
And Nicole is there and she's a psychiatrist and she isn't even seeing it.
yes, she did tell Danny on one of the episodes that about looking at herself and a bill. Danny outright admitted she was an addict and Bill was her choice of drug. Now, she knows what she's doing is not healthy. She is an addict and he is her choice of drugs. So she knows what she's doing is not healthy. But by the same token, I'm not sure Danny wants to heal, because if she goes through the grieving process, she's going to have to get to resolution and let Bill go. And for whatever reason, she wants to hang on to Bill. She does not want to give him up. It's not healthy. You remember Andre found her dead drunk twice. He had to put her to bed. Then she's running around here now all over town, meddling everybody else's business. She's running from her grief.
Mm. Mm.
Yes, absolutely. Like, I think so as well. But at the same time, I said, I was like, Danny needs help. And like, the people around her are not doing anything to help her.
Yeah,
Everybody's more or less just
Danny's a grown
enabling
lady.
her.
Can't nobody, she's a grown lady. Can't nobody make
Everybody around her is just enabling her. Look, she broke into Bill and Haley's house and trashed it. She called Pamela over and they covered it up.
Now, if they did try to do if they tried to stage where they're gonna get to see if they can get her to admit her trouble and look at herself, she probably would not go for it.
I agree with you, Bilo.
I don't think she would go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and this is the problem.
Danny got a problem, but they can't make her go do nothing. They can't. And I think Nicole knows that. Like, she kind of listen, Danny ain't too far from Liz.
Lord,
they about twins.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's why I said Danny should not be left unsupervised now that Haley is pregnant. We don't know what she's gonna do.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said that she shouldn't be left alone. We don't know what she's gonna do. I mean, it always has, the unguarded moments.
And like Elaine said, they made her go to Ted's wedding. I'm not Ted, Bill's wedding. That wasn't healthy for her.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. No,
well, nobody made me go nowhere. But if I had went in there, I wouldn't have went in there clowning, baby. I'd went in there shopping. I don't know what. Talking and greeting everybody.
Exactly. Her behavior was still unwarranted. It still was not right. You go to a wedding and you decide to pull a gun on everybody. What exactly was Danny expecting to gain from doing that? What, she thought Bill was going to call off the wedding? No, he didn't.
Yeah,
so what was the point?
You can't pull a pow-pow out. You can't do that.
No.
Yeah, so what was the point? What was the point of going through all of that? If it is Bill wasn't going to come back to you, what was the point?
Well, now Jabez points out that Nicole recommended that Danny talk to a therapist on more than one occasion.
Yes. But can you imagine anybody doing interrogation with Danny? Could you get her to sit still long enough? instead of answering your question, she's gonna deflect and slap you with another something you did in the background. She's not going. A person who's healthy enough to sit still and listen to what you're saying, and you're asking them, "Can you see what I'm saying?" and they can answer back to you. There's some help. But Danny has all the answers. She does whatever she wants to do. When it doesn't work, she goes to her alcohol or she goes to get sex with Andre. I don't see really how, even if they would try to do an interrogation with her, I don't think that would work.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Danny is a lost cause at this stage. Like,
Yeah, Danny
I
has to
don't.
be the one to initiate the process, not anyone else.
Right. And Danny don't want no therapy. She just want to pick on Bill.
I know she won't. She wants
But that's
Her Billy baby
I
back.
agree. She's too obsessed with Bill. She needs to get a life.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I grew up with my ex-husband since we were like 4. We was married for 11. I mean, we done known each other forever. That's what I'm trying to say, right? But I hadn't seen him in a while. It ain't like he had changed that much, but he was standing right in front of me when I saw him again. Like after a while, I didn't even know that was him. Now that's just how far removed I was from it. He was like,
Oh.
"Girl," and I'm like, "Oh my God, yeah." I wasn't dialed into that. I don't nobody care.
Yeah, like that's also why I think Bill and Haley need to get a restraining order against Danny, because I mean, what she's doing right now is blatant harassment.
And I don't know why Bill will not go to the administration's
Mm-hmm.
office and get his code changed. This doesn't make any sense. You see,
Right.
she was there when you were on your honeymoon. She messed with your alcohol when you were on your honeymoon. She messed with your wife's candy or flowers or whatever. Now you refuse. It's almost like you want her to come in. Go and get your code changed.
Change the code, call the police. He ain't doing none of that.
No,
I think Bill Loki likes seeing Danny crash out. Like he enjoys it, and quite frankly, I would too.
Hmm.
I would too. I would enjoy it too.
But he could call the police and end all that.
Yeah.
He
Because
could be
like
like,
they
"Take
need a
her up out of
restraining
here. I'm
order.
pressing
They need
charges."
a restraining order because she's rolling up in their house whenever she wants. She's coming and verbally
She ain't look.
attacking
She ain't
people.
locked up ever
Like,
since she came up in that web with that pow. She ain't been back
No.
down to the police station since then.
And you know what makes it so sad? Danny and Leslie are two of the most beautiful women on there, and to be so messed up. I was looking at Leslie this afternoon when Ava was leaving, and you just look at those bones. I mean, you could just take your hand and just go through her face and just palpate her bones. She's got these high bone structures. She's so pretty, but she's crazy as a bedbug.
Mm-hmm. That sometimes how it be pretty can sometimes be crazy. Look, that's the same thing about a man that look too good. Sometimes, child, I'd be like, "Oh Lord, he about to be a problem." Y'all see that man that girl got out of prison that time? They called him Prison Bay.
Oh yeah,
Y'all
he
saw what
was
Prison Bay looked like?
fine. Woo!
Mm-hmm. That lady said, "I'm going over." That man got with him a billionaire lady.
Yeah.
He was that point.
Gee.
But I wouldn't have took him home with me.
No. No.
Oh Lord.
No. Well, you know, you even said Bill could come to your house, but you would never date Bill. But that's your Billy.
I can look at Billy now. I'm a look. I'm like, you better stay over there. You know, I started following him a long time ago because he just seemed like such a nice person. Just as a, outside of acting, he
Yeah.
seems to be such a down to earth, just regular smegular person.
And he probably is.
And the same thing is true of Leslie. Leslie is so sweet. Like Trisha Mann is so sweet. So I would love to know, like, what is it like for you to tap into that kind of character and then have people start to identify you with these characters that they hate when that's not who they are at all. You know who else is real nice? The guy who played Jill Scott's husband and Why Did I Get Married? He always plays these menacing, mean men, and that man is sweet as pie.
Mm, mm, mm.
He was like,
I
yeah,
would like to see him join the show.
yeah,
Oh,
he
you
would be
know
good on that, though, wouldn't he?
Barbara?
it's amazing though that you're telling me that Leslie is is a very sweet lady.
Oh,
I'm
she's sweet. She's like love and light.
Lord have mercy.
She really is. She is loving. Like she's like, I just really love for things to work out for people, and I just love making people happy. And I just, she just so sweet.
But again, that's the hallmark of a great actor or actress. If
That's
they
right.
portray a
That's right.
character that's contrary to what they are in real life.
Yep.
And do
And
it
when you are that good until you make people hate you, you know you are a good actress
yeah, well
or
she's
actor.
very
Yeah.
good. She's very good.
Mm.
Yes, Leslie is definitely very good.
Yeah, she is.
Now I've been hearing
I've
people.
just been telling my mom that that I almost don't want Leslie arrested, because if she gets arrested and goes to jail and they get her off the screen like they do in these other soaps, then the soap is gonna fall off. And I've
We
seen it
need
before.
her now. Now we need her
Oh,
now.
yeah, we need a.
We need her, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Just like we needed Jordan. I'm not gonna talk about other soaps, but in other soaps, when a character that I thought entertaining fell off, left the show or went to jail, then the show fell off. And that's just
Mhm.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Well, we're
Every show
very
needs one.
necessary evil.
but now I've heard people online say that Eva is one of the best actresses on there, but I don't, I don't know how she compares with her mom. What is she like in real life? But they also give her credit for being a good actress.
Her mom is an actress.
No, Eva. I mean, Leslie.
Leslie.
Oh, Leslie. Okay, yeah, yeah. I know Eva. Now I know Eva give a good cry, honey.
Yes,
Oh,
Eva.
she
yes,
Now
can
Eva got that crying
cry.
down.
yes, yes.
Cause I'd be ready to cry with her. I'm like, y'all.
For
But
real.
listen,
Because my
Leslie
son,
let y'all know today she give a good cry too.
when
Yeah,
she
but
says, "Oh, mama," that gets me every time. It's like, girl, don't say nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Trisha and Amber Michelle are building up a really good Emmy reel.
Oh
I
yeah.
And
agree.
I think they are going to be hot contenders for awards next year, because Beyond the Gate isn't going to be eligible for this year's nominations. So next year,
Um.
they will definitely be there in the nominations for sure.
now
But the
who did you
NAACP
say?
is behind this show also. They one of the producers or something. So I know they better get something down to the NAACP awards. They better sweep.
Yeah, but I think they used to have a category honoring soap stars, but they
Mhm.
got rid of it. I don't know if they will bring it back, maybe.
Okay. Oh, it used to have one
So
just for them.
I guess we'll see. But
Uh-huh.
I
So
really
who
think the Daytime Emmy Awards need to bring back the Outstanding Younger Actress, Younger Actor category.
did you say Michelle? Who did you say the two actresses that you want to see?
Trisha Mann
Um,
Grant and Amber Michelle. That's Leslie and Eva.
Oh yes, yes, yes,
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely see them in the nominations. Like
And Bill.
Trisha could
yes,
get lead,
And
and
Bill.
Amber could probably get supporting.
And Bill.
yes.
And who?
And Bill.
And Bill, yes. Bill
Yeah,
is
but yeah,
funny.
Bill still has some. I think Bill still has some good scenes coming up, because
Mhm.
I remembered watching the documentary that they did on Beyond the Gate before,
They better be glad I
and
ain't on the voting committee, because I'd be like, okay, we're gonna give it to Bill.
yeah, because I remembered watching the documentary that they did on Beyond the Gates before the show started to air, and Clifton Davis, who plays Vernon, said that Timon can act.
Mm,
He
Yeah, he
said
mm,
don't
that.
have
He said
to.
Timon can act. Like,
But what really
mm.
confuses me about Bill, I can't quite assess him because when he's with the world and he's with Danny, he can be ice throat cutting. But when he's with his wife, he really acts like he's emotionally connected. He's concerned about her welfare. He wants to keep her happy. And I'm trying to figure out who is the real Bill. Is one Bill just for the public and another one is for home?
yeah, a lot of people are like that. They are one way
And I
in
would think
public,
because
and then they're another way with their family. It's like you could be your real and your true self when you're alone with the one you love.
Hold on one
But
second, y'all. Hold on one second. Somebody tried to slide up on me. Hold on.
Ow! Ow!
Below, I saw that.
yeah, so like
I
yeah,
saw that, Below, Didi.
yeah. So that's what I think is going on. They would be like, I think Bill is a totally different person with Haley. Because I mean, look at his reaction when she first told him that she wasn't pregnant. He was actually disappointed. Like it was all over his face.
Yep.
Yeah, but it
You could
wasn't at
see it.
first. At first,
He
he
was
was like
hurt.
crazy. Then he was like, "Oh no, baby, I'm happy, I'm happy." Now, I do think that he really like her now. Now, I really think Haley up to something.
And she might be.
I don't know why everybody has this theory that Haley is poisoning Bill.
Okay, you all, we have someone new down here who's asking a question to you guys. So here's their question. They said, I just joined the live. I still haven't watched Beyond the Gates. Would y'all say it's worth binging from episode 1? So what do you guys say?
Yes.
Yes,
Indeed.
definitely. You're not going to get the whole scoop unless you watch from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go back and start from the beginning when they hit you with that music. Hold on one second, y'all. I gotta plug up my computer. Y'all go ahead. Y'all keep talking to Kay.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching, and you want to start at the very beginning. I didn't start watching right away. Jen actually pitched this show to me before she started going live, and I didn't start watching till after. I think it was like the third or fourth app. I watched the day of the wedding. That's when I started watching. But
I see. So you started episode 5.
Yeah, once I started watching, it's like I have to schedule my day around it now. Even if I have appointments or whatever, it's like I got to be done by such and such a time because I got to be home before 1 o'clock because it comes on 1 o'clock here.
Yeah.
I don't answer my phone. I don't talk to nobody. My husband knows not to bother me.
And Kay, welcome to the. Oh, I'm sorry. And Kay, welcome to the comment section. You are now a gatekeeper. So look, it don't matter how many you've seen. You come on back now and watch the thing. Come over and hang with us and gossip about it.
Hey.
Gatekeepers, a decree from the Queen.
Enough. Be seated.
You are now a gatekeeper, Kay.
Yes.
Come on back now.
Kay says, thank you, duly noted. And yeah, you're going to just, from the very beginning, they're going to get you when they hit you with that, doesn't take much to make me happy, and make me smile with glee. You're going to be ready from right then. Because I was dancing in my chair. Hold on one second, you guys.
So what does everyone think about the little tidbits that were left for us for the previews of next week?
I can't wait for next week, but to be honest. I think we're going to get back into things. Yeah. And Laura's back, and Laura was one of the characters that I was looking forward to, but after Laura's absence, what happened, I don't know if I missed Laura now or not. But Laura's a good person.
She might prove to be integral, if not sooner, if not later, because something's going to happen, and Leslie's going to feel like she needs to make another attempt, either on Lauren or someone else. So, and I think maybe that Lauren remembers more than she thinks she does. You know, the more time that goes by and you play things back in your mind, you know, it might come to the forefront. So stay tuned. Well, don't stop talking, y'all. Come on.
Yep, the show's full of surprises.
Hello.
Yeah, we're still here.
Oh, man.
But I can't believe we had to wait until June for Laura to come back to work. We only saw her at work in February, and she missed March. She missed the entirety of March, April, and May.
I'm trying to find something. Okay, so what y'all think about this? I'm gonna leave y'all to talk about this because I gotta go open up a door right quick. The whole thing about Tomas spying for Bill. Who you think he's spying for? You think he gonna spy on Danny's family, or you think he gonna spy on Haley's family? I'll be back.
I thought he was spying for those 3 ex-legal workers that work there. I thought they're running a club now to decide how the employees and women are treated. I guess it's to prevent sexual harassment. I thought that's who he was spying on.
Yeah, he did. That's why he wanted Tomas on that committee to make sure that he reported back every little thing. And I think he probably wants him to spy on them individually to see if he can dig up some dirt that he can use later in the suit. Let's see. Jabez Leslie said that Jabez says, I just realized that both Bill and old Ted had alpha male personalities while the new Ted doesn't. Well, yeah.
I totally agree. Bill and Ted were definitely the alpha males of the show, I could tell. I agree 100%. The new Ted, not so much.
Yeah, he has his qualities, but and again, you have to remember that they're only portraying what's written down for them. So if he's not getting what to work with, he can't give us much, no matter how good he is.
That's right.
But overall, the show, I still think it's a great show, and I'm not really a soap watcher. Because when Jennifer first told me about it, I was like, yeah, whatever, But when I saw that wedding scene and the pow pow and everything went to heck in a handbasket, I was like, oh, what do we have here? And I've been watching ever since.
Danielle with the gun was something else.
Yeah, Belinda wants to know what happened to the homeless lady. She's still around. She just wasn't on this
week.
Time. She'll probably be back on next week or the week after.
Okay, you guys, I'm back.
Okay.
Maybe June will learn how to sleep indoors after she stayed in the cardiac unit so long.
That part.
Oh, Lord.
I think she kind of likes living indoors and getting 3 hots and a cot. She just doesn't want to admit it.
I think she needs some evaluation too.
She does, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
She had me fooled that was her husband, and he had done this and ran off and left her and the children, and she was talking about a soap opera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But her character is indicative of a lot of homeless people. I used to feed the homeless at a park here in the city where I live, and I would go on Saturdays and Sundays. I'd load up my SUV and take food out to them, and I'd talk to them, and most of them are really, really nice people. And I remember distinctly one woman I met. She was an attractive woman, and she says, "Oh, I have an apartment, but I just love being here because my friends are here. They do it for socialization," and she said she did it for other social reasons, like when she wanted to get a little bit. But they like being out there. They don't have to be, but they like being out there.
Let me drop this link again if anybody else wants to come up as well. I think y'all scared of people from coming up. They like, we can't do as good as they do.
Is Diamond new to us? Diamond just chimed in.
Okay, hold on. I'm scrolling down now. Let's see. Well, so what did y'all think about the new? Not all the articulates you done seen them all. How did you like that? How'd you like Sharon?
Oh, Cher's a
Sharon,
firecracker.
she's been hitting the sauce, and that wig, she looked like she rode on the wing of the airplane outside. She wasn't inside the plane when it flew.
I
And
think
she looked like
Sharon is
she had
very
an
bitter
accent
and angry, and she's holding
on it.
issues from the past.
I think Sharon may be the one that's got a reason to.
She might be.
Yeah, and she
Uh-huh.
looks like she had a hard life. Like Tracy looks like, even though things didn't go the way she wanted them to, she was doing, she was doing okay. But Sharon looks like she's been rolled down the sidewalk a couple of times, and she's
Mm.
had it hard.
And Tracy was seen as the pretty one. So a lot of times, if you're not so successful with your talent, when you're pretty, you get bonuses from people.
Uh-huh. So y'all think that I'm looking at the comments. Jabez says that he thinks Bill may want Thomas to spy on Eva. He said his family. Eva's not in his family.
No, but I thought, I
What
thought,
about
I thought
what about the guy
Tomas.
who's spied on Martin?
The
Yeah, we don't
waiter
know who
guy,
that guy is yet.
that was at Orphe Jeans and at the country club.
But
Uh,
I
Someone
thought
had a theory on social media that they think Kenny was hired by Smitty to follow Martin.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But I thought
Yeah.
Tomas was spying on those three ladies who made up the group to prevent sexual harassment from the legal team. You know, the legal aides. I thought that's what he was doing. I didn't know he was spying on individuals.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think this is probably a new assignment too. I mean, he was already supposed to act as a mole for Bill in the
Yeah.
meetings, but now like he wants him to spy on his family. I don't know why.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah.
that's a very interesting comment. Belinda says Bill
Hold on.
Bill has something really deep on Vernon, Anita, and Martin.
Oh
That's
yes, yes,
they allow
yes.
Bill to be in the Gates community.
Yeah, because have you noticed that every time Martin gets that dream, we never get a chance. Now, I'm not sure if he has selective amnesia or if he has pushed it down so far that he has almost forgotten about it. But every time he gets to the headlights, he wakes up. We never see what goes on. We don't see any people. We don't know if someone was killed. I really believe that Bill has something heavy on them.
Yep, he knows everything. And what really amazes me about Bill is that Bill is going through all of these things with these Duprees, and he hasn't once exposed the secret yet,
Mm-mm. But
which
Bill is
which,
he's not
which
the type to
really
do that. He's not the type to do that. He will wait until it buys him the
it comes out
biggest
naturally. I think he
fortune.
probably wants it to come out naturally
Okay.
because given the way they are treating Bill and Haley, I would have exposed everything already.
But he reminded Martin, remember? Martin needed to get back into his lane. He reminded him because Martin does not want Smitty to know whatever Bill has on him. He's trying to keep Smitty away from Bill.
Yeah, I think Smitty hired Kenny to spy on Martin
Oh my God.
because Martin is acting really strange lately. He's withdrawn from Smitty, and Smitty probably thinks Martin is cheating.
Okay.
What?
He
Oh,
probably
oh,
thinks he's
Smitty does.
cheating.
Smitty
That's
does.
why he
Yeah, okay.
hired
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Kenny guy. But he's not cheating. Like
Ain't gonna
it's
find
something totally different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, this gonna be a case of getting more than what you bargained for. Oh Lord, hold on.
Yeah, it seems like Bill has dirt on everybody. And that's why he's tolerated. Because if he talks, a whole lot of
Yeah,
people are going to go
that's
down.
right.
Yep. And that's why I think when all of these secrets come out, I think the Duprees are probably gonna get thrown out of Fairmont Crest.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna get thrown out of Fairmont Crest
Yeah.
because the Duprees, they have this attitude that they are Duprees, they are untouchable, nothing can happen to them. But at the end of the day, nobody is
I
invincible, not
agree.
even them.
That's
No one
right.
is invincible,
I
not even
agree.
them. So I think once everything starts to come out, they are gonna become pariahs in the community that they quote unquote built.
You remember when Anita said to Ava, she went all down the line how she's wishing her all of these nice things. And then she held her hand and said, "You will never be a Dupree." Like being a Dupree was almost your ticket to heaven or whatever. You'll never be a Dupree.
Yeah,
That was cold.
Wait, who will
they're
never be
gonna
a
get kicked
Dupree?
out of Fairmont Crest because that whole image that they have, it's gonna be gone now. And people are gonna look at them a different way.
Well, Danny and her mother went to, I guess it was Ophir Jeans to have an after night drink. And Eva came in, and Danny said, "There's Eva." And her mother said, okay. But Danny went over and befriended Eva, and she was slick. She invited her back to the table. Eva was so happy to be invited back. And they sat down and talked to her about, Anita, we do things and the blah blah blah, and being so nice to her. And on the end, she held her hand and said, "You will never be a
Never be a
Dupree."
Dupree.
That's right.
That's what I call nice nasty.
It was cold.
Hmm.
Yeah, not to mention how they treated her when she was at the country club with Ted.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
you have to
Danny
remember,
is
they'll
like a
talk,
mean girl.
you keep saying that they'll be kicked out of Fairmont Crest. The Duprees made Fairmont Crest, so there's it's highly improbable that they will be kicked out. They won't be loved. They won't be
No,
embraced. But they don't have to go anywhere if they don't
they
want
will
to.
probably lose a lot of the respect that people and
Yeah, that
awesome
part.
that
But
people have for them. Yes.
yeah, but that's
So,
all.
so Vernon comes from money.
Yeah,
What?
his family founded the area that
Mhm.
they.
I don't know why I thought he had come up too, but no, she came
No,
up and married her somebody that
Mr.
had something.
Mr. Vernon's great grandfather, I believe,
Yeah,
Bill
yeah, he
Fairmont.
did.
Yes.
I'm saying I
Yeah,
had forgot about that. I was in my
Okay.
mind. I was thinking that he and Anita came up together
No.
and
no,
built
I
up
think
like this
she came
life
up.
together. But
She
no,
married
Anita
him.
married her.
Yeah, and
She
see,
married her.
Anita had become a star by her own right, but then when
Hmm.
she married him, the name just propelled her, and she just escalated. So yes, she married into the Dupree, not
Hmm.
not that she was born into it, but
Okay.
Naomi, I mean not Naomi, Nicole and Danny, they
So
are
Anita was able to go from new money to old money.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So Anita and Danny and Nicole, they are the third or the second generations of the old money, but their daughters Chelsea and Kat, they are going to be the fourth generation. So they'll just keep going on. Because you remember Kat said tonight, "Who says you can't be rich and then be nice?" I was
Hmm.
surprised to hear her say that. Poor people need to look nice too. I'm not sure how I feel about that because I've never seen her show compassion toward others.
But Tomas, if she want Tomas, she gonna have to.
Yeah, that
Tomas done
part.
I
told her.
agree
I
about
don't play
that.
that. Hmm. Tomas done told her he don't play that.
Mm-mm.
It's some, well, Tomas seems to have a lot in common with Eva. Just from
Yeah,
that
they
episode
do.
where he shared a little bit about his background and his relationship between him and his dad. It doesn't
Hmm.
sound like he had it easy.
Hmm.
That he
Right.
chose to make his life different.
Yes, yes.
Precisely. Precisely and very nicely. But yeah, I think they cooking for y'all now. We're still trying to work on some things behind the scenes for y'all and have a few surprises coming down. You know, E Daddy, you tore that game up the other day.
Yes, I did. I know a lot about the first week of the episode of the show,
Oh,
and all the questions were about week 1.
week 1 and 2. I think it was 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
Yeah, so you was on it though. Jabez said Anita and Danny's words were, "You will never be accepted by the Duprees."
mm-hmm.
Eva is a Richardson. When Danny said to Eva about never being a Dupree was totally hateful and unnecessary. Danny is a bully.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
She's a
She
rich
can
girl
be a
bully.
bully.
She
Yes, she
is.
can. Yeah. Yep.
I would love to come up against her though.
And also, Cat is a bully.
Kevin, who is Kevin?
Cat.
Oh, Cat. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Cat doesn't seem to have any issues with. We haven't seen her interact with anyone else, but when it comes to Eva, she would do anything. Her anger that should be for her father and her father and her mother, they lost their marriage, has all been transferred over to Eva.
And they're scared. It's just like in reality shows. If you're not the underdog, you don't want the underdog to all of a sudden win. And I've seen this over and over again. I've seen this in 2001. They let the underdog stay in the game, and the underdog won. And people loved it because it was something that they didn't expect.
Yeah, that can happen. But I think in Kat's case, I haven't seen her interact with too many other people, so I can't say how she treats middle class people. I don't know, because her cousins are the ones that she seems to interact with a lot. But when it comes down to Eva, she's so hateful and so angry about what happened to her perfect life that she thought she had. All of her anger seems to have been transferred over to Eva.
Well, it is time that she learned that life is not perfect. And neither are parents.
That's right.
And I've always told Mom that reality shows are just a simulation of real life. And we're seeing all this stuff that's coming up the reality shows. The Duprees just being smug and not wanting the underdog to even get an inch.
Yeah. But when it really comes right down to it, I can say Eva was raised by Leslie, and Eva is able to hold her on. Now, Kat would have gotten some little weak woman, she would have wiped the floor with her a long time ago. Because her anger the only anger that Kat should have against Eva is coming into their house as a spy. That was not okay. But the rest of it, she had nothing to do with the affair. She had nothing to do with the depression that her mom was going through. Nothing to do with mom and dad not grieving these babies together. She had nothing to do with any of that. But she's taken all of the anger and just transferred it over to Eva.
Absolutely.
And this is what they do in reality shows all the time. They want to put the blame. They want to put the blame on the underdog or the person that's on the outside, but they don't want to get rid of the outside force because they think they can get them out anytime they want.
Yep.
You better be careful, Duprees.
I still think Eva is Nicole's baby.
You think?
Until I'm proven wrong.
I agree with that because they keep making too much of a buildup in a case of you're not a Dupree, you're not this, you're that, and I think she is going to be a Dupree.
I do too. I knew that the moment Lania said what she said. I knew. I know what she's. Nicole's the mother of Eva.
And I think Kat's gonna be the one disappointed to find out she's not.
I sure hope so. That would be
yes.
That would be justice.
Yes.
I would feel bad for her though.
I would too, but I don't think that would change how she's treated by the family if they find out she's
No, I
not.
don't think so either. But
Because they knew her all the time.
she's been so uppity and so nasty and just so bougie. So yes, I would like
She
to see
got
her get a
damaged.
dose of her own medicine.
Now
Miss
that
Wiggs
she
is her
is.
mama.
And
She
her
got
mom is very sweet. And the old Ted and this new Ted are very
no.
kind and sweet
Miss
people.
Wiggs is her mama. Leslie DeLulu is her mama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean Nicole. Nicole is very sweet, and
Now Nicole is
yeah, she's
All that
very
stuff she
sweet.
talked to that girl. I hate the day you came and changed my life and that. I
Oh
was like, oh,
yeah,
you just mean and
yeah,
nasty.
she's mean. And then another thing, you had an affair. Why are you blaming the child for being born?
And you kept her.
And that's right. That's right. You could have given her
So
up for adoption.
so
And
Eva
she
was
groomed her. She groomed her to grow up to treat her bad. That's really crazy.
yeah.
yeah, Eva was a souvenir from a relationship that went wrong.
Hey, Leslie, one of them mamas. As soon as you learn how, she let you sit on her lap and bounce you and just play with you. And then when you learn how to walk, just kick you down off her lap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Move, get down. You like, wait a minute, what's going on?
And you know what is so sad, even in real life, many children who have parents who will not bond with them, they'll live and die trying to have an emotional connection with their parents.
Hmm. Dee Dee says, so how do y'all think Leslie was able to steal the baby? Well, we already see she has access to getting in hospitals, right? So either she went in there and just changed them babies out one night, walked in with one, walked out with the other one, or something to that effect. But she did it. She definitely done did it now.
Oh yeah.
Because it was all because Leslie is a planner. She plans things, she plots. So she was probably like, she said, you're gonna go be happy with your little Nicole. I'm gonna let y'all be happy, then I'm gonna blow your world up 26 years from now. Just hold on.
You gotta love those long-term planners.
Yeah. I like Belinda's comment. She's talking to KB Mommy, and she says, right now, Eva is technically a Richardson. However, from the beginning, I believe Eva is really Nicole's child, stolen by Leslie. I have always believed Nicole had twins and Leslie miscarried. Boom, there's your answer.
She believes that she had twins.
She
Yeah.
believes that Nicole had twins and Leslie miscarried.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And that might explain why she's still crazy.
Okay, so how do y'all think she got the baby?
She stole the baby. She switched,
I
yeah.
think she could have pretended to be a nursery nurse to work in nursery, or if they were twins and they were underweight to work in neonatal. But it would be kind of hard to get a neonatal baby out because they have to have the oxygen and everything. So I think maybe she
Oh,
might have worked in the nursery.
I just thought about something. Where was Ted when she went into labor? Was Ted missing when she went into labor?
I
I
don't know.
think so.
Because she said it was this night, and he was missing, and no one could find. Was that the night they couldn't find him?
I think so.
That
'Cause I'm
might
trying to think
be.
about something Real Talk says. She says if Nicole had twins, when she remember that, what if she
Not
had to be
necessarily.
sedated?
She was
What
married
if she
and
what
she
if
would
she
have
was
got
sedated?
And not
That's what
only that, the twins could have been hidden where when they did the ultrasound that they couldn't see the baby. That's what I'm thinking. It might have been hidden if they did an ultrasound. With her having such a hard time carrying her babies, I'm quite sure they did ultrasound after ultrasound, but the baby could have been hidden behind the other baby if they were twins and they never saw it. There have been surprises in real life I've read about where
Mhm.
the doctor thinks that this you have your baby and then they see right away another baby's coming and he will say, oh wait, another baby's coming. So it's a possibility.
Okay,
yeah.
here's what it's saying online. Yes, it's possible to be pregnant with twins and not know until birth. It is possible.
Yep.
It said for one thing, early ultrasound can miss it. You can have normal HCG levels. They can have subtle symptoms. Sometimes their stomach don't grow, and then like the babies can hide behind each other. Because I've seen that when somebody had a baby, and then it was like, wait a minute, they went into labor again, and they're like, what's going on? What's going on? They had another baby.
That's right. That's right. And if they're paternal twins, but they could have, I don't know how this would have been. I was going to say they would be conceived at two different times, so they would have individual sacs. They wouldn't be in the same sac. So all of that is possible, that one baby could be hiding behind the other baby.
And yes, it is possible to be put to sleep for a birth both ways, C-section and a regular way.
That's right.
So you just don't know. We're going to see. Because look, the writer done did all her research. She just
Yeah,
waiting to
they're
have us all arguing and windmilling in the comments.
They're just going to take their time letting us know.
Uh-huh. She like, we're going to let them fight it out till they figure it out. So I try to drop it on them.
That's why I'm not windmilling too hard right now, because this is wearing me out.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like KB says, got to remember it is just a soap opera. So they can write anything that they want to write. But you know, we enjoy to talk about it like these folks real. We know they ain't.
That's right.
Bilo says, I'm talking afterwards. She's
But
talking afterwards.
I believe that if Nicole finds out Eva is her baby, she will receive her and love her.
I do too.
Child, you never know. I mean, I ain't no tell. It just ain't no telling with Leslie. I think all things are possible with her, just like the Lord.
Ooh, child.
Leslie will do anything. That I know for sure.
Terry wants to know if IVF was involved. I don't know.
Ooh.
Because they just said that she kept spontaneously aborting. Her body was rejecting the babies, but we don't know if they had difficulty conceiving, if she had a hormonal problem, if she had a dysfunctional uterus. They never gave us any background, so we don't know why her body was rejecting all those babies.
Like Terry Anthony says, was IVF involved? So like did Leslie go steal something from down there, have it put in her and had the baby? We never know.
Never know.
You just never know.
Because sometimes those babies you'll have multiple births, because many times the mother will take fertility pills to get pregnant, and you could have multiple births. So we don't know what is going on there. We'll just have to wait and see.
Y'all know Leslie crazy as a bedbug, ain't no telling. Belinda said, you know, Leslie had on one of her many wigs, and the
God. That wig that she wore to see Ted, that one just didn't do it for me.
That was her siren wig. Ted didn't say, "What's that on your head?" He said it.
Oh,
that is the time he let her put her hands on him though.
No,
sat down and everything. Yep.
Barletta Lee
is new down here in the comments. Girl, you know we ain't got to let that slide by. Welcome, girl. You are now Gatekeeper.
Hey.
Gatekeepers! A decree from the Queen!
Enough! Be seated.
Welcome, Berletta. Welcome down to the comments and keep on coming back. Now you hear? She says she thinks they're twins. That's why Kat was picking up Eva's vibes from day one.
They might be.
Because you know them twins can be like that.
Yeah, they sure do.
They got that telepathy thing going on. That telepathy. That it's funny we can remember all these names. Like, haven't seen that name before. Who is that? And all of us, y'all be on it. Linda, KB, Destiny below, y'all be on it. Y'all be like, ooh, new. Ooh, that's somebody new. That's somebody
Because
new.
we know you're busy, so we got your back, okay?
Okay, well, thank you very, very much. I can't wait to hope to share some exciting news with y'all.
I can't either.
That would be so nice. So nice.
I can't either.
Mm-hmm. Well, y'all, I guess we done gossiped all. Let me see. Let me get the rest of these comments. Hi, Berletta. KB says, Berletta Lee, I'm picking up what you're putting down. KB says, right, cousin, that part. Berletta Lee says, hey. She said, great. Wait, Dee Dee says, my husband says I'm too logical. If it doesn't make sense, I'm going to question it. But you're right. In Soapland, you must suspend reality. Yeah, you probably very black and white, no gray. She's like, that don't make no sense. I don't understand.
Yeah.
No, baby, it don't work like that. Sometimes
I'm
it don't
black,
work like
white, gray,
that.
purple, pink. I'm going to put all the colors in there because I'm trying to figure it out. And you know, I really am suspicious by nature. So I can't help that. I'll be like, who is that? What they doing? Why they over there? What's going on? Now, why she just moved like that? Who said that? Who put it over there? You know, I need things to stay on rhythm, okay?
Yes.
I really do. I need things to stay on rhythm. KB says she with me. That's right. Let's just be suspicious. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. I really had a good time. Y'all really did raise my spirits today, which I very much needed. Because today was just one of those days I was just feeling very blah. Linda says, panel, it's been a great tonight, great conversation and interesting options, as always. And I enjoy
Yeah.
all you guys put input every week, Real Talk and E-Daddy, Lil, Linda, and anybody that comes up. But when you guys come up, I really appreciate it because, I mean, then we have us a discussion then. But anybody that ever wants to come up, don't be afraid to click in and just say, hey, I just want to say this. I can't stand Danny. I love me some Ted. I want the new
Yeah.
Ted, not the old Ted. Whatever you want to say, you're free to come up and talk about it.
Right.
Dolores C says, glad I caught some of the live. We're glad you caught some of it too, Doris. And what you didn't catch, you can go back and catch later and hear it again and share it with a friend. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Anything else y'all want to say?
Not really. We have a fun time.
Oh, I always do too. Thank everyone. Okay. KB says, Belinda Hill says, everyone have a blessed and highly favored weekend. See y'all soon. KB Mommy says, thank it to everyone who joined us on the panel and in the chat. We appreciate you. And y'all know before we get out of here, y'all got to thank my mods. What are we talking about?
Yes.
Really, thank you, Mod Squad.
Thank you, Mod Squad.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all real big over here. And do. All right, let me see. A few more comments are rolling in. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I see somebody new down here. Hold on. Hermione is new down into the comments, says, this is a great channel. This is my first time, but have you subscribed yet? Because you know you love me, so you might as well go on and just subscribe. Subscribe, child. And hit that like button. And if you're feeling generous, send a little gift all around this way. I ain't never mad at that. You know, girls like that. Let me see. Let me give you your official welcome here, Hermione. Hermione. Hold on. Let me hit this your official gatekeeper.
Hey, hey,
Gatekeepers! A decree from the Queen!
Enough. Be seated.
Y'all make room for Hermione and share the tea and your crumpets. Whatever you got left, share. Share with your friends. I want y'all acting right now. Let's see where we at up here. Bilo Didi says, great Friday, good panel as usual. Thank you guys for supporting the channel by engaging the live, share, and subscribe. Terry Anthony says, have a blessed weekend. Linda says, gatekeepers, creepers, peepers, hoppers, and bushwatchers. Thank you for joining us. Come on back Monday. Thank you, Tony Lynn and Mod Squad. Belinda Hill says, thank you to the Mod Squad. Linda welcomes you in, Hermione. So does KB Mommy and Belinda Hill. And she or he says, thank you. I'm going to say she because it says Hermione. So, but if I'm wrong, you can let us know.
Okay.
Let's see. KB says, new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like the video, and join us in the chat. And Bilo Didi also welcomes you. Linda says, have a great weekend. I'm trying to pack in 100-degree heat weather. Girl, you know you got that good central air on down there. Stop playing. I miss mine. Oh, I miss mine. Hermione says, hi, everyone, and hello right back at you. Linda Bias, KB says, are you getting ready for your cruise? Yes, she is. Belinda says, Linda, bye, stay cool. Linda says, KB Mommy girl, yes. Hermione says, her, she, her, hers. Okay, gotcha. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for coming up through here. She says, I'm going to need some pics, cousin. That's right, girl. You're going to send pictures, and then you can send them to me, and I can put them up about the cruise if you want, okay? Yeah. We can do that. And then one of these days, y'all, we might get together and talk about some other stuff. This is where having a membership is going to come in handy because, I mean, I might have a big announcement. I might not want to put it out here just yet. If we had a membership, I could go behind the wall and tell y'all. That's right. Because we're working on some things and personal stuff that y'all may want to share, like pictures of stuff and trips and things of that nature. We could do that behind the wall so it's not out here in the public like that.
And then we won't be censored as well.
Right.
We can say what we want to say. Like we can say the forbidden words.
Right. So look, Friday Night Lives might have to happen behind the walls. Okay, Friday night, you got to get that membership loaded up. And come on back there, then I can't say nothing but sit back and let y'all talk. Oh Lord. KB Mommy says membership loading. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm clear about what I want to have back there before I do it, because that's just the way I like to plan things out. So y'all just better hope y'all better be glad this first thing I'm trying to put together for y'all, I don't stick it behind the wall.
Just don't do it while I'm gone. I'll be mad.
Linda, you better hope that don't happen.
You better hope it don't happen.
No, you better hope it don't happen, because you saw the email now. So,
but I hope it doesn't happen while I'm gone.
Well, it won't. We're gonna touch and agree that it will not. It better not. Either that, or you're gonna have to find you a spot on the boat, child. Because I know you're gonna be chomping at the bit.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so what y'all think the surprise is? You get one guess.
Don't all talk at once now.
I guess nobody wants to guess. Well, we'll leave it a mystery.
I know, but I'm telling nobody.
You can't guess. You can't guess. All right, well, I'm going to go on and get out of here then, since y'all don't love me like that, then I'm going to go. And I thank you all so much for tuning in and for listening. I always look forward to talking and hanging out with you guys. If anything that should come up during the weekend, I may pop back on here again. Just pop right back on in. I don't know. I have to see. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all got 20 seconds to get your last little comments up when I hit that, when you see that cat jump up on the screen. Y'all got 20 seconds to get your comments up where I can cycle them through before the thing actually ends. I always like to see who ends up with the last comment. All right. I hope you all have had a great day. I hope you're having a great day. And if not, remember that there is still some time left. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one anyway? I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
How did you get beyond the gates? Be gone.
Tell absolutely no one that I'm the one that let you in behind the gates. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.